Let's talk about prospecting billion-dollar CEOs, which is just really a fun way of saying there is a group of people that some would say are untouchable via outbound. Fortune 5,000, Fortune 500, whoever it would be, C-suite, right? Like I feel like a lot of people when they're building their ICP or their target account profile or whatever they want to call it, they're going after decision makers with lower ranking titles because they feel more accessible. It feels easier. It feels more accomplishable. And I think what we're proving is the opposite is actually true. A lot of times it's easier to get a CEO on the phone. And a lot of times those are CEOs of multiple $100 million or even $1 billion companies. Talk about accessibility of those high-level decision makers and what we're seeing in the work we're doing for our clients.
Is people don't realize, like, the larger the organization, the less busy a CEO actually is. They got teams for everything. They got meetings on top of meetings on top of meetings with teams on top of teams on top of teams, right? And so CEOs are actually fairly bored, right, at a certain level. And so they sit at more of a strategic level. They obtain information that flows up through their departments and organizations, and they can make decisions. But as a whole, they're not the person who's running and gunning, closing deals, on follow-ups, making big vendor decisions and purchase decisions. Like, they're just sitting there making strategic decisions. So if you can get in front of them, it's not that difficult to have a conversation with them. Now, that's the next part is, are they accessible? Yes. Everyone has a cell phone attached to them. Sometimes CEOs have two. Everyone's got a direct line to them, albeit sometimes difficult to get to. But at the end of the day, they are accessible human beings like anything. They answer their phone like anybody else. They'll pick up their cell phone just like anybody else because they have doctor's appointments and they have plumbers and they have family, and whoever's calling their phone, they will pick up cold calls, whether you like it to admit it or not. And the last is, I think a lot of people don't go there because they see a CEO and think that it's just they don't make decisions. I'm a marketer, or I'm a marketing agency, so therefore I have to go to the CMO or the director of marketing or whatever. And they don't realize that the CEO, a referral down from them, holds a lot of weight, right? If the CEO tells the CMO to take a meeting, they're going to take the meeting. Then it's your job to really convince them otherwise.
Two things have to be in place for that to be the reality. And it's two things we've kind of referenced already that I don't think a lot of people are actually doing. So one is you have to be able to consistently and actually execute on this, get in front of CEOs. Right? So that's how you're sourcing your data, and then the regularity with which you're dialing. Right? Are you doing this every day? Right? You got to be getting in front of CEOs over and over again. And then once you get the referral, which I think a lot of people get, or maybe they don't, I don't know. Once you get it, you have to have a process for following up on that lead and doing it over and over and over and over again. And if those things are present, that's an actual strategy that you can execute on.
It's a winning strategy. I mean, I think at the end of the day, CEOs are human beings, right? They might have more money than you. They might have a longer career than you, but a CEO, when they take off their uniform, if you will, is a dad, a husband, a community member. They go to their daughter's recitals, they go to their son's sports games. Like, they're a human being, and so it's not like they're unapproachable. So if you can get in front of them, they're just as approachable as anybody else, and sometimes more so, right? They might be so bored they'll talk to you, right?
Yeah, we get pinged. So every time one of our clients gets an activated lead or a booked meeting, we get notified as the fractional VPs. And it's one of my favorite things to do is just kind of watch what's coming throughout the course of the day. I've got them, I can filter so I can see what's activated and what's being booked. But man, just to see the names of the companies is really fun because we've got some clients that are targeting, they're small businesses, right? So like $2 to $50 million or whatever, very specific industries. Some are a little bit more blue collar, but there's a lot that are higher ticket B2B. Most of them are higher ticket B2B that are selling into Fortune 5,000, some Fortune 500. And you start to see like these either executive or like high level director roles at Coca-Cola or like some big Verizon. We booked one with, I'm not gonna say who, but like a high level executive at Verizon for one of our clients last week. And it's just fun to kind of stick your middle finger up to those who say you can't prospect high level decision makers and to go get these people on the phone for our clients. Pretty awesome.
There's top down, middle out, bottom up, right? We've talked about that before. I mean, top down, go as high as you possibly can. If you can't hit them, then go the next rung lower. Middle out is what most people spend their time on. It's the middle level management, the VP level, maybe the CMO, CRO level. But there's something about the CEO that they're afraid to go up there. And so I'd rather go top down, get referred down if someone else makes that decision. If I can't hit that, then I'll go middle out and I'll try to work the middle mark or the middle level of the organization. And then finally, if I can't get anything, I'll try to go bottom up with, let's go after the sales reps in the organization or the enterprise AEs. They give us information. We get referred up to the you know, the CRO with a bunch of data in mind. And so
top down's the only way to go.
top down.
I think.
Yeah, brother.
You heard it
Take
here
it
first,
off.
guys.
Pull up and empty the clip. Pull up and empty the clip. Pull up